All right, shalom, shalom. This is part three, my Babylon review. Look like I might have to make a part four too. uh, 'Cause I really didn't get into everything that I wanted to get into, but I want to show you four books. Okay. Now this information is not for the lighthearted. Okay. You really got to do and take your steps to have the knowledge so that you will be able to get through these times. If war break out here in the States, then that's a different dynamic, different, that's survival. Where you want to survive, and you need to have a whole nother set of skills for that mindset. But as we go through these economic times, you don't want to be crushed in this transition as they go from the LIBOR to the SOFR. Now, if you don't know what the LIBOR is, if you look on the end of your statement, it'll say LIBOR plus rate. They're going to change that from LIBOR to SOFR. London International Banking overnight rate to the standard overnight financial rate. Um, so when they do this changeover split, like I told you, June 30th is the deadline that they have. Now they tried it before, but it didn't work. We'll see. I think they're gonna push it through regardless, because they cannot find yield in the treasury with their debt system. Once this system reverts and distressed debt becomes unbearable for a lot of people. You got a lot of people who bought cars, homes, did all kind of financial real estate deals at astronomical prices. I mean, it's outrageous. Now that the economy is slowing, a lot of people gonna have to unload that stuff because they see that the people the workers is not there. The extra funds is not there. They can't get financing, and the financing that they're getting is higher than what they can afford. Um, they're not getting all the hours that they should get at work. Purchasing non-discretionary purchases are not being made. You're not buying your little extra things that you may want, new iPod, new earbuds, or new T-shirts or stuff like that. Just things are not being purchased on a rapid scale like it used to be. And that causes other businesses, it's a ripple effect that causes other businesses not to have the inventory, or um, they sell down the inventory. And once they have to re-up on inventory, they have to pay higher prices to get that inventory back in. And then when it comes out on the floor for you, it's more than what you thought it was last year or last 6 months. Okay, that's the change in demographics. That's the type of demographics we are going into. I told you before in my last video that China is not sending cheap product anymore. You have to look down to Canada, Brazil, Argentina, these places for your goods. And here in the United States, you have to look for domestically made goods, even though it may be a little bit more expensive, especially with cotton, with the drought going on. Cotton may go up, so that may be a hard thing to come by. So you have to look into other fabrics or other things that to get your clothes, by. Nicaragua has been sanctioned, so we know that's coming. They're gonna go into the arms of the BRIC nations, and the BRIC nations are definitely ready to move to the next phase. We'll see if the United States have agreement with China, uh, if they're going to be able to cooperate on the economic front. And I don't think China already laid out what they will and what they won't do. Okay, the United States is behind on a lot of manufacturing things. So if you look into do something, like I said, being industrial, if you're inclined to be industrial, then this is a great opportunity to start being industrial here in the United States, if you can be. For those who are young, when I mean young, anybody less younger than 35 and older than 16, this is a good opportunity for you. It's going to be so much freedom if you will stay out of the slave system. Yes, it's going to be hard. It's not going to be uh, convenient like it was before. But if you know anything about like an Amish community or a uh, 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 Adventist community, communities who have survived with minimum convenience and technology. Okay, they have technology, but they don't. It's not heavily around their life. They don't have to have every little gadget, every little new gadget that comes about um, to survive and be of subsistence and sustenance for their lives. They can live without those things. Because they're industrial with their hands. They have the knowledge, they have the community to go out and do what it is they need to do to survive. Like I was saying before, these cities are going to be hellholes. Okay, it's going to be real rough for a lot of cities. Um, So if you have an opportunity to get up out of the city, a lot of people have moved down here to the south. I mean, so many people have flooded down here to the south, especially here in the Carolinas. A lot of people have coming down here, and it's wild. I just hope that they will not bring their states of sin uh, mindsets down here and expect that they will bring that culture here, because that's not the culture that we want here. We want a culture where we still believe in God, believe in family, believe in uh, freedom and liberty for each individual when it comes to personhood. Another thing you have to be mindful of is just as things break down, like I've said before, there may not be products that you're used to getting available. It just may not be available. And hopefully you will know what you need year on a yearly basis, things that you need and where to get it as an alternative. Okay, or to make it as an alternative to get through these times. Because if credit sees up, if the credit market sees up, they're just gonna cut it off. It's gonna be switched over, and they're gonna cut it off. And you might have your credit card terminated, and you need to know how to um, protect yourself as a creditor or a debtor, depending on what side of the ledger you are working on. You need to be able to protect yourself so that you can continue to maintain and function throughout society. Um, if you have a home, this is spiritual advice, not financial advice. If you have a home and you don't know where your mortgage is at, who owns your mortgage, who has it, that's important information you need to know. And reading that contract, and make sure you understand your remedy in that contract. If you have a car, a conveyance, a vehicle, you need to know who has the original note, how do you have a remedy, and what you can do to remedy the situation so that they don't come and repo your vehicle. Hopefully you'll know how to get around transportation wise and still be able to get back and forth to your daily job or your place of business and such things like that. Because uh, we'll see if we'll see what decision they'll make next month when it comes to the financing, whether or not they'll pivot, and these things will, you know, go awry. It's already gone awry. We just need to see it, the whites of his eyes coming about what's going to transpire here in this market, in this debt system. Whether they'll keep pushing it and pumping it with fake paper and money and credits, we'll see. I think they will, and we will definitely go into hyperinflation. A deflationary hyperinflation. The things that you want will be inflated, and the things that you don't want will be deflated, meaning they'll be cheap. Okay? With that being said, thank you for your 10 minutes of your time. See you on the next one. Shalom.